Hey guys, sorry about that. Just a little bit of technical difficulties there, but we are back and hopefully going to try and find you guys some winners on this short slate. Again, we just have 3 games today. It's just the Prez and I today breaking things down. Karma's taking care of some things, but he'll be back tomorrow, and we do have a best bet from him on the show for today. And I think he's in the chat room right now, so you guys can chat with him and ask him any questions. Carm, if you're in the chat room still. Prez, I'll bring you in. We'll try this again, man. You have been on a really, really good run. Wager Talk today was cracking me up yesterday, man. I always enjoy that show. How are things?
Things are great, Andrew. Had a crappy Sunday. Other than that, it's just been really, really good. I've won 7 of my last 8 days of betting. I'm on a 4-1 and 8-3 NBA run. I'm up 18 units in NBA. College hoops. 5-1, 9-2, and 16-5 college basketball run. I'm up profit in NFL, college basketball, NBA. I'm at exactly break even in NHL. So yeah, I'm feeling great, man. And I started a kick-ass show last night. 6 episodes. I watched 3. And I couldn't stop, man. I literally turned the show off at 3:10 in the morning. I could not stop watching it. It's called Rogue Heroes. It's on Amazon Prime, and it's a 6-part dramatization. So it's with actors on how the Special Forces formed. It formed in the 1940s. The SAS was the first Special Forces division in the whole world, and it's how it came together. And it is, I'm enthralled. I want to can we just call this a show? Just give out our picks real quick, and I can go back and watch.
How quick until you're watching again? When are you watching again? After Wager Talk today? After the gym? Dude, after you finish your NFL work?
My day today is real straightforward. Do this show. Then do Wager Talk today, eat lunch, then do the NFL presidential address, watch the soccer game, have a nap, and then I'm going to do biceps and a little bit of legs.
Looks like you have a plan for your day. That sounds like a pretty good day, honestly, Prez. I like that. I don't really know what to say after that. It sounds like you're pretty organized, man.
Carrie LeMay is really wanting me muted. Carrie, you just don't need to listen to me. Like, you could just take your headphones off, stick them up your ass or something.
Hey, you've been on a pretty good run. So for right now, nobody should be wishing that.
Yeah, dude, yesterday on Wager Talk today, I give out 3 free picks. I go 2-1, and Carrie's mad at me. Come on, Carrie. Come on, buddy. I love you, man. Okay.
What are we talking about? Yesterday, I lose my first puck time best bet in like 6 days, and all of a sudden, when's the last time this guy's given out a free pick that's a winner? So I feel you. I get you with that. But I did hit my 5% on Tampa Bay in regulation yesterday. A lot of people joined me on that. At one point, guys, full transparency, I was down, I think, like close to 28 or 30 units on the year. We are now plus 18 on the year in the NHL. So it's been an unbelievable marathon so far. I'm on an 11-2 hockey run, and I've got some plays going for tonight, even though it's a small slate. So it's kind of funny, Prez. I didn't want it to happen again like last year with the bad start, and I tried so hard for it not to happen again, and it still ended up happening where I buried myself a little bit, and we kind of had to bounce back out of it, but we got the job done. We have a promo going that we're going to get set up for you too, Prez. It was initially running right now for Carm and I. But it is $150 off an NHL season pass using the promo code NHL150. Again, NHL150. Take $150 off a long-term NHL season pass. And as all of you guys know, this does include the playoffs. This includes future wagers, everything we release that has to do with hockey. You guys will get it. Guys, if you missed it, we're talking about the Senators, Habs, Red Wings, Wild, Canucks, and Flames for tonight. Prez, let's start this show off with the Canadiens and the Senators. This is one of the shortest road trips in the National Hockey League, really. So not much of a road trip here for the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal plus 180, Ottawa minus 220. Total at 6 in this one, of course, shaded towards the over in this one. I have seen some 6.5s at certain locations. And look, Prez, I'll put it this way, man. I've had a pretty good read on the Canadiens this year, whether it's been fading them, whether it's been betting on them, team totals and stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, I truthfully don't think that the odds makers have had a good read on them personally, because this number against the Ottawa Senators, you look at their the level of standings and their records, there's no way this number should be the way it is. And I don't only think that they have underestimated the Canadiens, but I have noticed this year, and this isn't just for the Canadiens, I have noticed this year that for some reason, odds makers are making a huge difference from starting goaltenders to backup goaltenders. And I get it. Like some teams, like for example, Tampa Bay, they literally have Vasilevsky and then Brian Elliott as their second string goalie. Obviously, that's a huge difference, right? But Jake Allen is good, but Montembeault has been playing very well. He doesn't deserve to be, 30, 40 cents higher as an underdog just because he's in the net. So, I'll throw to you for your thoughts on this game. But, you take a look at Montreal. They've cashed as plus 170 underdogs against Calgary. They were plus 225 against Seattle. They were plus 250 against Calgary last week. They're finding a way to get it done. What are your thoughts overall in this contest?
Yeah, I mean, Andrew, this play makes no sense to me. The line, I just can't get a grip on it. You got the 14-12 Montreal Canadiens really playing. I don't want to say they're playing over their heads. They're playing better than expected, but they're playing hard and they're trying. And now they're playing the 12-14 Ottawa Senators. Two wins over 500 for Montreal, 2 wins under 500 for Ottawa. Montreal away 7-5-2. It's not like this team is struggling on the road. They just beat Calgary in a shootout. And the interesting thing for me is I love betting teams after they've lost a few games and then they go to overtime. And even if they lose in overtime, I feel like the tide is starting to turn. Ottawa's won 2 in a row, 3-0 against Anaheim. My E-League team could beat Anaheim. And 3-2 against Nashville. I look at this game, and people talk about them injuries. Montreal Canadiens are injured. Cole Caulfield, he's probable Wednesday. Tim Stützle, he's questionable Wednesday. I don't know how you can't take the Canadiens here. Plus 168 for a team that's better in the standings, I think is better overall. And they're basically playing at home. So I'm with you, dude. Montreal Canadiens, there is a shit ton of value on the Canadiens.
And like you mentioned there with Tim Stützle, if he doesn't play, that's a huge loss for the Ottawa Senators. He's a guy it creates lots of offense for them. He's always involved. And, it's funny you mentioned about, how your hockey team could beat Anaheim, because this year I've been trying to focus a little bit less on strength of schedule, weakness of who you've beat, who a team has defeated, except for when it comes to an example like that with Anaheim, right? I mean, it's true. Beat somebody else, Ottawa. Show us a good performance against somebody else. I mean, shutting out the Anaheim Ducks
beat
and winning 3-0.
I mean, Andrew, they did beat Nashville 3-2. They beat the Rangers recently 3-2. But yeah, I mean, on a whole, you look down their schedule, they're beating a lot of Anaheims.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm getting abused in the chat room. It's delicious. I love this shit. Mike Love, let's buy shirts for Prez as a Christmas gift. Mike, go ahead, man. I like orange. So please, buy me shirts, man. Anyway, Andrew, before we go on,
they've been calling me a lumberjack behind the scenes, guys. So if you want to get me a Christmas gift, get me some more flannels. That's what I want. What were you going to say, Prez?
Well, firstly, is your top button done up?
Not the very top one, but it's like a funny situation because if I unbutton this one, it's like way too low. So
you got the Simon Cowell going. What is up with the Simon Cowell? I don't. It absolutely baffles me. The guy comes on a national TV in a shirt that's buttoned to his belly button. Like you're like 60, dude.
It's a V-neck that's like way too far down.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I understand if I did it with my amazing torso, but Simon freaking Cowell, and these guys think they're in the freaking 70s, like Magnum just walked in or something. They think their hairy chest is attractive to people. I must show my hairy chest to the world. Please, please. Oh my God, Simon, if you're watching this show, dude, the 70s called. Where are the chains? Anyway, Andrew, before we get into the next game, and I love the Canadiens, do you ever have that feeling like a big freaking run is coming? So I started the NHL season unbelievable. Then I went 2 weeks where I barely won a play. Then after that, I went 1-1, 2-1, 1-0, 1-0-1, 1-1, 0-1, 1-1. I am on the cusp of a massive hockey run, and I can feel it in the hair that is not on my chest.
Oh my God. I really loved that pitch until the end, Prez. It was it's gonna get some comments. It's gonna get the engagement going on YouTube. But hey, I get what you're saying though. That's how I felt when I was on my big slump. Like I was able to feel super confident, and I think a lot of people would probably wonder why. Like how was I still remaining confident when I was on a slump? And then the sad part was a lot of my better days were like 1-1, and then the 2-1s were coming, and then that's when it started to really turn around. So. Look, Prez, I know you're going to have a good season. You always go on these big runs, especially this time of the year. So
I'm very runny.
We'll be following along. We'll be following along with that. Go real quick. I want to mention as well, I've been doing this a lot with underdogs. I do like the team total over 2.5 for the Montreal Canadiens. So I do recommend if you like the Habs, do a half bet on the team total, half bet on the money line. Because it's minus 120 for them to reach 3 goals, over 2.5 goals for team total. So not really a bad price there on that one. Prez, let's get into the Detroit Red Wings and Minnesota Wild game here. Taking a look at this game, of course, Detroit was a team that started off their season looking pretty good. They weren't too bad. They were surprising some people. Of course, they have some great young players and a decent leadership group. They're still trying to build a team over there, and I think they're doing it the right way. But they've certainly cooled off. They're plus 210 here against Minnesota, who's minus 260. Total is at 6 in this one. If you want the puck line, it's around plus 100. Plus 1.5 for Detroit is minus 120. And you take a look at the Red Wings here, their last couple games, they haven't looked pretty. I mean, they haven't really been able to score. Their scoring has fallen off. Meanwhile, this Wild team is off 2 straight games where they've only allowed 1 goal in that span. And past couple games, they've looked a lot better defensively. Prez, I don't think Marc-Andre Fleury gets enough credit as he deserves really these days. I really don't. I mean, he's a real good goaltender for the Minnesota Wild. What do you think about this game?
Well, firstly, I think Marc-Andre Fleury gets enough credit. I mean, he's a Hall of Fame goaltender, and everybody knows how good he is. As far as this game goes, Andrew, sometimes you just try not to overthink things. You got a Detroit team that's 11-16 to the under. That's 11 overs, 16 unders. They've gone under 5 games in a row, 7 of their last 10. Minnesota has really tightened it up on the ice. 2-1 against Edmonton, 3-0 against Vancouver. They have gone under twice in a row. I'm looking to take the under in this game. And also, I like Minnesota in regulation. Ray Shields writes, Wild in regulation with a question mark. Yeah, absolutely. Detroit is on a back-to-back. Minnesota is well-rested. I think this Detroit team is going to be a good hockey team in the future. Just the future isn't now. I like the under, and I like Minnesota in regulation. And I'll predict a score of 3-1.
3-1. We did this last time on the show. We gave some goal scoring predictions, and we tried to pull up the odds. I'm going to try and pull up the odds on that exact correct score here. I think we're getting. Let me see. I think we're getting a pretty good number here. 3-1. You're saying for the Wild. Let's see. 3-1 is 22-1. 22-1 for the Wild. 3-1, and if you want 3-2 would be 11-1. Interesting. Yeah, I like the under in this game. I like the under. I think that I know it's a back-to-back for Detroit, but what has changed about Minnesota's game is that they have stopped playing pond hockey and they've started to be a lot more responsible defensively. Their neutral zone coverage is a lot better. They're making zone entries a lot harder for their opponents. And it just seems like they care more about defense flat out. I mean, this is a team that was scoring 4 or 5 goals a game. They have unbelievable talent offensively, but they're making life miserable for their defensemen. And I think it's gotten a lot better. So I do like the under 6 in this game. And, I'm going to have to bet that now, Prez. I'm going to have to. Every time we talk about this stuff on the show, it always seems to hit. So,
I'm going to have to bet that as well. And the thing is, and Andrew, speaking of that, like, guys, look, I bet literally somewhere around 3% on every play I make. If I have a 4% or 5%, then I go bet 4 or 5%. But I also have a fun account where I make stupid bets. Those bets they have no effect on my life. I'll put like $20 on that bet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like those are, because I don't muck around with my actual betting account. No, no monkey business. Like that is serious shit. So,
yeah. I get you. I'm the same way. I mean, like I have like one account that's like all of my regular plays. I'm following it just like I recommend my clients to do. Yeah. But I'd be lying to you if I didn't tell you every now and then I do that stuff. I have a certain account that I use just for prop betting, actually, Prez. Just so
Andrew,
I can keep it organized
got a question.
how I'm dealing with props.
I got a question to the people in the chat room.
Okay.
There are 217 of you currently watching the show. 26 of you took 1 second out of your day to hit the like button. Offhand, that's about 12% of the entire room. Why aren't you hitting the like button? I mean, we don't ask for much. Like, it takes, like a millisecond to hit the damn like button. And it really helps us at Wager Talk. It helps us move up the algorithm at YouTube. You guys come into this chat room. We watch these shows. We give them out for free. We work our freaking asses off. All we ask is for you to hit the like button. Come on, man.
You know what's crazy about our show? We love our following and we love the Puck Time group here. You know what's crazy about our following, though, Prez? They will come
back. Yeah, they don't like to hit the like button.
If we win, if we have a winning day on the show, they will come back at night and hit the like button.
Really?
They will like the video after if we won. They're like, well, you guys haven't won for me yet, so we'll come back if we win. I swear I notice that all the time. I'm like, okay, people are commenting at like 1 a.m. Great work today, guys. So, hey, if you guys want us to really earn the likes, so be it. Just make sure you come back and hit the like button.
74 likes now, Andrew. Let's get on to the next game.
Awesome. Okay. The Vancouver Canucks, Calgary Flames. This is an interesting one here. Obviously, 2 teams out in Western Canada. Vancouver plus 155, Calgary minus 185. You take a look at Calgary right now. You can't get enough of these quotes from Daryl Sutter. I mean, at one point they were funny. Then they start to just look kind of sad. It seems like this team is just really struggling here. The total is at 6.5. And the Calgary Flames had their East Coast road trip, and it didn't go very well. They lose to, Columbus, then Toronto in a close one where they gave up lots of penalties. Then they had a Montreal. They lost that one as minus 200 favorites. Now they go back home, and they're searching for something. But this might be a good opportunity for them to get things going here against a Vancouver Canucks team that just seems to be in shambles. I mean, Bo Horvat has pretty much come out and said he's probably not signing back with the Vancouver Canucks in the most professional possible way he probably could have. It seems like this team is in a really tough spot right now as well. They can't seem to play any defense. And then when they play defense, like last game against Minnesota, They don't score any goals for themselves. This is a spot here where I'm curious if we're going to see a real good effort from Calgary. They're back off their road trip here, Prez. What do you think? What goes on tonight?
Andrew, I think Calgary gets it done tonight. The line is minus 175. I take them in regulation. I'd also look to take the over in this game. This Vancouver team is a complete mess. Bruce Boudreau's got to go. Calgary is so streaky. Like, this team wins 5 in a row and then they lose 5 in a row. They are so inconsistent. They are so tough to bet on or against right now. Like, they've lost 3 in a row. They lost to Columbus, Toronto, and Montreal. Before that, they won 3 in a row. They beat Minnesota, Arizona, and Washington. The problem is you just never know which Calgary team is going to show up. But I do expect a lot of goals. I would take Calgary team total over. I would take over in the game. I would take Calgary in regulation. And that's really my take on this game, man.
I like your take. I mean, you look, the thing is, too, I don't know if you saw this quote, Perez. I thought it was pretty funny. Markstrom, a few weeks ago, maybe it was a week and a half ago, something like that. He comes out after the game and he says, quote for quote, "I just suck at hockey right now." That's what he said to reporters. They're asking him all kinds of questions, and he said, "I just suck right now." That's what Markstrom said to reporters. And since that day, he's actually played pretty well. Yeah. The team in front of him hasn't played very well. So, I watch a lot of hockey. I watch a lot of these games. I know, at least I can gather an opinion when I think a goaltender played bad or if the team in front of him didn't play very well. And I think it's an interesting topic of conversation because let's look at a goaltender like Carter Hart for the Philadelphia Flyers, right? He's a really, really good goaltender. He plays on a really bad team. What would that goaltender look like if he played for Tampa Bay, if he played for Colorado? Well, right? We'll never know.
I'll take Vasilevsky over Carter Hart.
I would too, but you get my point, right? Sometimes it's hard to find it out if a goalie's actually playing bad or if the team in front of them is just not playing very well.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Andrew, Calgary is a buy team moving forward. I mean, Huberdeau is way better than his numbers. You guys, if you can get Huberdeau for a nice plus price tonight to score, I think that's a good bet. He did score last game. He's only got 10 on the season. This team is going to be better, and they just got to stop being so damn streaky.
I think they got to stop being so passive. They pass the puck way too much. I hate to sound like a typical fan, but shoot the puck more. Get the puck on net. Try and score more ugly goals. They're trying to score way more fancy goals. So I like the over 6.5, though. That's going to be my play on this game, guys. Off that road trip, they have played decently defensively recently, but I think this game is going to be full-on pond hockey. Vancouver, off a game where they were shut out. I do expect more from them on the offensive side. And, hey, don't be scared of 6.5, guys, when it comes to these two teams, especially Vancouver. Their defense is not very good. So let's get some goals in this one tonight. Want to remind all of you guys again about that promo deal. NHL 150 takes $150 off a NHL season pass. That works for Carm, works for myself, works for Prez. Hopefully, after this show, we'll get him set up with that. So, guys, use that. Instead of buying one play, you get every single play, including futures as well. All right, Prez, we heard about the runs you're on. Sounds like you're doing well across all sports. You have Wager Talk today. You are recording the presidential address today. What do you have going for clients for today, this weekend? What do you want to advertise for people? And give us a best bet for today, man.
Sure, brother. First off, I've got 3 college basketball and 2 NBA plays up tonight, as we spoke about at the beginning of the show. My basketball has been ridiculous. I'm up in both sports. I'm on like a 16-5 college basketball run. My hockey, I'm dead even, and I'm telling you guys, I'm going on a big hockey run. I got 1 hockey play up tonight. My NFL I will have up over the next few days, but I don't have up yet. I do have 1 play up. As for a best bet on tonight's card, I'm looking at the Montreal Canadiens at plus 180, plus 180. And guys, watch Rogue Heroes on Amazon Prime. It's an absolute masterpiece. Love you all. Thanks for having me, bro.
Hey, thanks for being here, Prez. Great stuff. Always good chatting hockey with you. Look forward to seeing you in April. I appreciate you helping me get some tickets to the Maple Leafs and Canadiens. Can't wait for that in April. Guys, for me, I have a 5% play going in college basketball tonight. This is my second of the season. My first one of the year was a push. So we're going to try and get the win here tonight in college basketball action. This is a side play. As you guys know, I'm very low volume with college basketball, usually about one play every day or two. And I found a spot I really, really do like tonight. So it's been red hot across all sports, doing really well here over the past few weeks. So join me on that, or grab a 1 week pass and you can ride with me on all my plays across all sports. Of course, NFL, UFC, you name it, across the board. My best bet for the show, we're going with Vancouver, Calgary, over 6.5. You guys already heard me talk about this one. Calgary off that East Coast road trip. It was a small one, but I do expect them to bounce back big with plenty of goals. Vancouver just got shut out in their last game. I expect goals from them as well. Between these two teams, we can most certainly get 7 goals. I'm going over in Calgary and Vancouver. Carmine Bianco, he has a best bet for you guys as well. He's looking at Detroit and Minnesota over 6 at minus 120, and the Prez with Montreal plus 180. 3 different games from us, 3 different picks. That's it today here, guys, on Puck Time. Those are our best bets. We appreciate all of you for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow.
Have you checked out all the new handicappers at Wager Talk? If not, here's your chance. You can take 50% off your first daily or 3-day all-access purchase at Wager Talk using coupon code TRYWT. Our new roster of experts is 30 deep, covering sports from all around the world, giving you tons of options to choose from. All you have to do to redeem this offer is go to wagertalk.com, choose a handicapper of your choice, and use coupon code TRYWT at checkout, saving 50% on your first purchase.